can't even raise $2, maybe $20, $200. That's my point, because you would never find somebody in another community who's successful at raising $2 million, even being in the same room as an unsuccessful troll like that. And I'm gonna tell you why we like these roast sessions. And you know me, I get my roast on too. I'm not as good as the top elite, you know, with the Sinful to P and Tariq Nasheed, right? I'm number 3. I can still get, I still got some smoke, but I ain't good as those guys, all right? But the reason why we love the smoke sessions and the roast sessions with these other immigrants and other groups, I'm gonna tell you why that is. Because that's the only power that we have. Because many of us are living in the past. And I'm gonna say some things that's gonna make y'all upset. And as an African American, for the people who've done things for me, those who set the standard for my life, my great grandmother came from Natchitoches, Louisiana during the Great Migration to California, as well as my grandmother. My other grandmother came from Bastrop, Louisiana. See, they didn't have the opportunities that I have to be able to go to school. You know, my mother went to UC Davis. She was the first benefactor of what happened in the Great Migration. Because see, those people did something for us so that I can benefit now. A lot of people argue on the FBA hashtag ADOS. We built this country? No. Our ancestors were the ones that did that. We haven't done nothing in the last 30 years. That's why we're living in the past. And everybody else is living in the present. And we're getting our asses kicked. So because we don't teach people how to treat us, because we as a black community don't work with our brothers and sisters, because we don't treat our black women and our black men with respect, and I'm guilty of that at times. Okay, I've done that. You see, when they come over here and they see how we treat each other, then they start treating us like we treat ourselves. And then we want to get mad, talk about words of disrespect, because we are not doing what the forefathers told us to do. We didn't follow what John Henry Clark told us to do. We didn't do what Amos Wilson told us to do. We did what we wanted to do. And now people are coming over here who are more disciplined than us, beating us at our own game. Now you want to be mad at them. And I get it. We can go back and roast them, but you know what that's showing? That we don't have no real power, because all we got is a roast. We told them off. You think that's going to change how the way Ethiopians feel?
Thank you for saying that. This is why the Twitter Spaces was so dope in a way, because you see the mentality of a lot of them, and a lot of them feel like they're better than us. Y'all know that. Y'all know a lot of new Africans and Caribbean people come over here with this ideology that Black Americans are lazy, dirty, all of that. So in a way, Tariq is combating that mentality by roasting them, by saying the same thing back to them that they feel about us. Twitter fam and Facebook fam, join us on YouTube. We on Goddess Masterpiece channel on YouTube. If y'all want to be a part of the conversation, I will drop the invite link, but you got to come to YouTube, because I don't know what y'all saying over there until I'm done with this. And if you laughing at me because this is a bootleg operation, I'll gladly take donations so I can get my MacBook. All right? And then I could be on multiple different platforms at the same time. Nan Garvey, what's going on? You said ADOS in the building, see? So how does the ADOS feel about FBA? I need somebody to click this link and explain to me why y'all think it's possible to combat racism, prejudice, when y'all can't even get along with each other. I'll wait with my arms folded. I'll wait. I dropped the invite link. Click that link. Why is Duke Jackson only roasting Black women, usually Aboriginals? Because he's not getting no pussy, Kenyev. But I mean, I'm sorry if that's too graphic for you, but we gonna start a GoFundMe for him so he could pay for something, because he obviously needs it. You said Dookie is dusty and not important. Okay, dusty, true. I wouldn't say he's not important. You know why? He has a voice on YouTube. Again, y'all can't always look at the quantity of numbers. He does have over 100,000 subscribers, and he is in cahoots with the Manosphere. So he has some sort of power in his sector. Right, it's finger wagging. You say, I was roommates with Ethiopian girls in school, and they told me blatantly they were told to stay away from American Blacks and that they look at us as dogs. So do you see why Tariq was speaking to this woman like that?
Hi, you guys. So I just wanted to come and touch on this conversation that's going on Twitter. I guess you can set up chats on Twitter, you know, like Clubhouse, or maybe he's streaming it on Twitter. I'm not sure from his Clubhouse, but I believe he is on Twitter when he's holding these conversations. Tariq Nasheed, he's been getting in these conversations lately with people. I guess they're not, I don't know if they're necessarily based here in America, just from other places, or if they are wherever they are. I'm not sure. I was listening to one of the conversations, and those people were saying a lot of, they were definitely using a lot of stereotypes. A lot of stereotypes, very racist tone, very racist tone. And the minute that he said something back to them, they lost their mind. It was just so funny to me to see the hypocrisy of that play out. And you can go over to his page on here on YouTube and listen to him. I think he has a few of them now because he's been doing this now a few times. I don't really know what could come of it. You would hope that people walk away from the discussion thinking, let me know what I'm talking about before I just start stereotyping people. Judge each situation separately because you can't put, the black guy who just did whatever on every black man. Like, that's not okay. The same way, like Tariq was saying, you don't want us to call all of y'all the Taliban. Right? Y'all don't all want that label as being, what did he say? What do you call it? Suicide bombers, right? You guys don't all want that label. But then the minute he says that, they was losing their minds. Oh, I was raised in America. Da, da, da. And it's like, okay, that still don't have anything to do with what he's saying. But you don't want those labels put on you, but then you want to put labels. And I think that it's, like I said, in all of that, I've been saying it for a while now in these videos, people are getting too comfortable thinking that they can say any and everything they want to say to black people, and we're just not going to say anything back. We don't have to, but we can. And I think that's Tariq's point. I don't think he's just trying to set up a roast fit because he's not a comedian, as far as I know. He's not a comedian, but I'm telling you that video that I saw was very funny. I was over here cracking up. And it's just the audacity of people to think that they can stereotype people and then don't want you to stereotype them and their people. And that is that part of it for me. And so Oshay Duke Jackson tried to chime in and then tried to say, oh, well, black people in America can't talk about nobody because we don't get along ourselves. And you're a part of that. And then he had the nerve to sit there and admit that he's a part of it, that he sits and attacks black women. So if you're on here attacking black women and then trying to point out the fact that we don't get along, tell me what sense do that make? I need somebody to explain that to me in the comments. Like I said, it's the audacity for me, okay, that people, the stuff that they come up with, the BS that they surviving on, it's just too much for the too much. And then Goddess Masterpiece, she went live today on the topic as well. I guess some people were kind of picking up on the conversation because, like I said, it sounds like he got into a conversation again with, I see that he's in a conversation with, I believe, a Jewish man. And then, because he started talking about that Whoopi situation. And so obviously that's going to open up, and obviously Twitter is it's a different animal, right? Because like Masterpiece is saying, you get all of these different walks of life kind of having all this stuff coming down their timelines, and so they want to comment on it. And so, there's also another conversation, I guess, FBA, Foundational Black America, and Africans, right? And so the Somali lady, I don't know where she was coming from. I didn't hear the entire conversation. I just heard the part that he has posted on his Twitter page. And so he told her from the very beginning, relax, just relax. And maybe she was upset over something else he said in another conversation. But she just came in blazing, right? Now, the minute he hit back, now people want to all out, verbal sparring between blacks and Africans. And maybe these people just want these things anyway, right? Maybe people feel like they have things they want to get off their chest with us for whatever reason in their own mind. But I just want to say to Africans, especially if you are here on American soil, and I'd have been with some of y'all to know, and I've witnessed these things for myself. You're gonna get treated just like us, okay? And many of y'all is much darker than me. Now, even some Somalians. So you're gonna get the same treatment. So point blank, a period. You can be up whoever's behind you want to be up, and see how long that works for you, because people recognize when people are doing certain things anyway. That doesn't mean that they respect you. So let's be clear about that. You're gonna get the same treatment. So people should watch the karma that they lay out for themselves with that, because you're still black in America. No matter what other language you speak, and what other food you're eating, and how more educated you think you are than a black American. And sometimes even with money, because I've been in cars with people and they thought they was different from us, and they found out otherwise, okay? And I'm telling you what I know. You got to get treated the same way we do. So please, you are us. You may not want to be, but you are. So it's like the audacity, honey. But she got upset, and so, she was going and going. Oh my God, you said because he said she smelled like she smelled like cheetah piss. She smelled like cheetah piss. Now, child, I don't know nothing about the cheetahs and the pissing in Somalia now. Maybe Tariq know what he talking about. Maybe he don't. I don't know. But yeah, like, you coming on his show, you don't want to be respectful when you introduce yourself in a positive tone. You want to come in blazing. And then when somebody says something back to you, now you're mad. And it's like, no, people need to learn how to take the stuff that they're putting on the table. You can't serve out all this foolishness, calling people roaches, and talking about people or this and people or that, and criminals. And I mean, it was calling us all kind of criminals and degenerates. And that was when he had a group of people from different places. That's the video that I was watching. They were saying black men are uneducated, they degenerates, they this, they that. The minute he says something, and the man is a black man, what do you want from him? Like, you're insulting him. Okay, so when you're saying black men, you're talking about you are trying to say all of them, right? And so I don't feel bad for any of these people that he went in on. I'm sorry. If you're gonna come at somebody with stereotypes, you should expect them to come back to you. That's it, and that's all. You guys can let me know what you think about this in the comments. If you guys are following Tariq right now, and she was talking about Oshay is connected to the manosphere. He actually started the Black Manosphere. So, yeah. The other guy, PBM, he was talking about that, how Oshay actually bought Kevin Samuels a computer and his equipment and stuff. So he has assisted people in that manosphere. That's why I'm halfway okay with Oshay, but some of the stuff that he runs is BS, though, at the same time. I'm not going to let him get a pass with that. I think the core of him might be decent, but no, you can't sit here and say black people don't get along and then you're a part of it. Okay, you over there attacking women, and you can have a general conversation, because black women are not the only single mothers in America. Sorry, and we don't even have the numbers. You guys be lying about half the stuff that y'all say. We're only 10% of America's population as a whole, as black people, and that's not all women. Dodo bird. So it ain't even that many black women in America for you to think we outnumbering all these women who are 60 and 40% of America's population and stuff. We're not. People are highlighting things that they want to highlight, and they're highlighting statistics that they want to highlight from smaller groups, and they're making you think that they're talking about the entire country, when they haven't even talked to the majority of us in these surveys. So cut it out. You don't even know what you're talking about, stereotyping people, and then trying to say why we don't get along. We don't get along because of stuff like that. People doing stuff just for money. But of course, he didn't say that part. So let me know what you guys think about this conversation. If you guys follow Tariq Nasheed, even if you don't, what do you think about the conversation as far as these other groups wanting to, sit and let us know or let Tariq know as a black man how they feel about the black community, but he was not supposed to respond to them. Let me know what you guys think about this conversation in the comments if you have watched any of the videos. If not, also, if you followed Oshay and whatever he was over there trying to talk about today, I don't know. I think he just wanted to act as if he was in the conversation, right? Saying he can roast with the best of them. Yes, you can on your back channel when you go off on people and then you cuss them out and then you delete the video. Anyway, and go and check out Goddess Masterpeace. That's her name. It's spelled Peace. And her video about the conversation as well. She went live today, so that video is up on her channel. Let me know what you guys think about this conversation, and I'll see you in the next video.